This morning on The Dish, we take you to the Italian countryside and a cooking school started by Americans, but Italian at its core. George and Linda Meyers are the couple behind Cookin' Tuscany, turning their love for the region into an opportunity for others. From the visitors who experience Tuscany through the eyes and palates of locals, to those sharing the country's treasures with George and Linda's guests. Not bad for the Meyers, who didn't even speak the language before making Italy home. Their willingness to take a chance, creating what for some is a trip of a lifetime. Nestled in the Tuscan countryside is this villa, known as LaChiusa.
All of it, put it all in. Tutta.
The former oil mill, built in the 4th century, has taken on new life.
So that's this garlic. It's a little bit sweeter.
As a haven for food lovers.
To be able to taste it both ways.
The experience, called Cookin' Tuscany, offers a week-long immersion in the region's cuisine.
I make all my own extract.
The founders, not Italians, but Americans.
So if you were to dig in there, you would see that this truffle was around a little hair-like roots.
A couple from Virginia who fell in love with the country and culture.
Everybody has a purpose.
You are living what people fantasize about.
Yes.
We feel very fortunate that we do get to call this home, and every day we wake up and we think we're living a dream.
Yes, and I work for my wife, so there you go.
We all should be that lucky.
That's right. He's very
Linda.
lucky.
Yes.
George and Linda Meyers are high school sweethearts who've been married for 38 years. Before moving here, Linda was a kindergarten teacher. George, a retired Air Force pilot who ran a business development firm in Washington, D.C. Both passionate about travel.
Before iPhones and before Google Maps, we would get out the paper map, and we would actually go, let's go north, let's go south, let's go that way, and we would just drive.
We would.
We were in southern Spain once, and we ended up in Morocco. So we don't plan much, we just go.
Italy topped their list of favorite vacation spots until Linda made a life-changing suggestion in 2011. What if they quit their jobs, sold their house, and moved to Tuscany?
And I said, well, worst thing could happen, Linda, we live in Italy for a year.
Yeah. And 2 weeks later, we were here.
2 weeks later, Linda was living in the village without Wi-Fi and all that.
No Wi-Fi. Didn't know the language.
Nah, we didn't have a plan.
We did not have a real plan.
Speak any Italian?
No.
She didn't know.
But I figured it out real quick.
Yeah.
Melanzane, which is the eggplant parm.
Within 2 years, George and Linda began connecting visitors with locals for cooking classes.
Antonetta over there.
The start of Cookin' Tuscany.
Gianni means turn.
As their popularity grew, so did the business, with the couple purchasing LaChiusa for its home base in 2018. I think sometimes people have in their mind, if you'd come in here, you'd change it and Americanize it.
Absolutely
And
not.
this is not. You are just wrapping yourselves within the community.
We are in their place, and we love their place, and we want to make sure we keep their place just the way they like it.
Yes.
Visitors pay about $4,000 to spend 7 days and 6 nights at LaChiusa. The price tag includes lots of food and wine and daily trips around Tuscany, both culinary and cultural.
We book about 2 years out for Cookin' Tuscany. Okay. And I have people who will send me $150 a month, and this is a trip of a lifetime for them. And so every week has to be fantastic.
Yes. This must be a bucket list experience.
It must.
Spugna, kitchen.
Which is the motivation for excursions like this. A truffle hunt led by a Jack Russell Terrier named Spugna, or Sponge.
Look at that, look.
On the vast grounds of Tenementi Andreucci,
You notice these are only like 6 inches under?
a nearby vineyard.
That's huge. We're lucky enough to be in their vineyard and at their home.
After that, a 7-course wine tasting paired with small plates, led by vintner Flavio Andreucci.
When you say Prosecco, you want to identify immediately a geographic area.
A 7th-generation winemaker who met George and Linda when they first moved to town. To me, it seems special because they haven't tried to make it American here.
Well, honestly, It's not easy, and then surprise us because how fast they learn, honestly, to be really in deep understanding our tradition. So actually, they are running a very successful business, and they share their business not only for us, with all the community around us.
Back at LaChiusa, one of the week's highlights is some time in the kitchen with Nonna and Tonetta.
The palm of your hand.
If you want to learn how to make pasta,
It's a no-no.
it's the Nonna.
Definitely.
They've been doing it since they were 4. We laugh sometimes because measurements are different. You know, they believe in like pour in the bag of flour, pour in a coffee cup of water.
Right.
There is no. Yeah. But every time theirs comes out perfect. And we try to tell our people, like, wait till Wednesday. You're really going to start feeling it, and you will know
And that's
how to
when
do
you're
it.
going to know the consistency.
That's when you're
you'll
going to know.
An intuition developed while guests help create the very meals they eat, as I discovered firsthand with this typical Tuesday lunch. Among the 6 courses, melanzane, a fried eggplant, which we started our cooking lesson with hours earlier. Pollo nonna, a roasted chicken. Peachy, hand-rolled by our cooking class, and salsa aglione. Tuscan biscotti, which is cantucci, traditionally made with almonds. And panna cotta.
To me and to George, there's nothing better than when we gather everybody and we sit around the table and we get to know our guest, and they invite us to their homes and we get to do that. And to me, it's just an amazing experience.
Yeah.
It's the LaChiusa community, which George and Linda have cultivated. One New Jersey native, Teresa Paterno, embraced on one of her first trips since losing her husband to a heart attack. You're traveling alone, but it doesn't feel like, from watching, that you feel alone here.
Absolutely not. From the very beginning, I felt like I was at home.
And seeing George and Linda's success has also served up some inspiration.
I want to own a bed and breakfast. It's been a dream of mine and my late husband's for a very long time. So being here has given me the confidence to pursue that in a greater way.
Wow.
I'm a baker, so I'm like, I could do this. They did it. I could do this. And they give you the courage to say that to yourself.
Right.
I call myself and George life changers because we literally changed our life. And we changed the path, and we changed it in a positive direction.
It doesn't mean selling everything and moving to an island.
No.
There's little steps. What are you doing?
Absolutely.
Everybody can get there.
It feels like somebody who comes here for a week gets a little of that, maybe.
They do. And I really try to encourage that in people, like, don't put yourself in that little space. Open it up. You don't have to move to Italy. You might just want to take an art class in your hometown, and that's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But do what makes you happy.
Food and wine make me happy. The wine is from Tenementi Andreucci for you guys. So while you're enjoying, I'll tell you this, Teresa, who we meet in the piece, since we shot, she now is partnered with a couple bed and breakfasts in New Jersey. She's a baker, and she is sort of on that path to trying to find her happiness as well. George and Linda are infectious in their joy and happiness. I had the best time.
Let's book for 2 years from now. Let's go.
Lemon, we've got a lemon chocolate.
We didn't make any of these.
Doesn't matter.
We got
It's
some
delicious.
biscotti, but yes,
It's
it doesn't
delicious.
matter. Enjoy it.
The Dish is sponsored by Oceana Cruises. Your world, your way.